Okay, guys, it's Friday night, and I do get a couple of questions in my DMs and my Let's Talk About It. I haven't done one in a long time. So today we're going to talk about settling and why you shouldn't settle. So let's talk about it. Life is about experiences, and it's about finding yourself, figuring out things that you like, figuring out what makes you happy, figuring out your goals and all these different things. And I try to connect. So when I was teaching, I taught high school, and one thing that I did is I connected with the ladies in dating. And because I just always tell them, like, if you know me and you have had me as a teacher at one point in time in your life, you know that I have told you that you don't have boyfriends and girlfriends, you have friends. And people used to always laugh when I would say that and be like, oh, Miss Petty, whatever. But I was serious because I felt like in high school, you are really trying to figure out like so much of yourself. And relationships can be a distraction. Trust me, I've had my share, and I've had, distractions in school and stuff like that. But you dedicate so much of yourself to situations and boys and girls, and it's just like you tie yourself down, and it's like you just have friends because you guys are so young. And I see girls settling thinking that, and not saying that there are not high school sweethearts, because I do know a few that of people that do become high school sweethearts, but for the most part, you're giving yourself away and you're settling down with boys and situations that are just not meant to be long-term things. And then you set the standard for yourself of this is what you should accept, for life. That's not always the case, but it can be. And us as women and young ladies, there's just no need to settle. Like, you will find what is meant to find you, and you will find what you are supposed to have. Love is not making you feel bad about yourself. Love is not making you compromise the things that you like. Love is not, maybe someone comparing you to, I don't know, video models or Instagram models or whatever we call it. Love does not compose of those things. Love is definitely not manipulation. And the new word lately is, I guess, gaslighting. Those things are not love. When you find yourself and you find peace within yourself and you really figure out what makes you happy and who you are, do not let anyone come in between that. Like, do not let anyone come and tear you down, break you up, chew you up and spit you out, because no one should have that much power over you. So you have to learn to love you first. This thing, I think it's a negative thing that's seen in between, I guess to say negative, but social media is, oh my gosh, like, we still hear about relationship goals, couple goals, this, and that. First of all, we don't know what's happening behind closed doors in all relationships for the most part. And it's this thing where we have these unrealistic expectations that can be put on you to make you feel like maybe I'm settling. There's this media, you guys, as you grow and you get into relationships and you find what's healthy for you. Some things are, you got, like, love is not perfection. It's not. And you are gonna have to live through some of the imperfections of the people that you choose to be with or settle down with or date or whatever. And understand that you are gonna have to love people through some of their changes and some of their ugliness. Not as far as like treating you bad, but like, for instance, my husband is not the most, he's not the most romantic person, you guys. Just putting out there. He loves me, and I sometimes over the years, I have had to teach him how to be more in tune with the things that I want. Like, for instance, let me say this because it sounds bad, but He is not the type of husband that is going to naturally just bring me flowers every Friday. That is not my husband. That is not the husband that I got. But he is the type that is going to make sure that I'm okay. And he is the type that is going to protect me at all costs. And he is the type that is going to text me throughout the day. And if I need anything, he's there. Like, I don't have to question it. I don't have to wonder. Like, my husband is amazing. He shows up. He is a provider and he is a protector. But is he the person that's gonna make sure that, hey, it's Flower Friday? Or no, does he buy me flowers? Absolutely. Like, he will surprise me and send me flowers to my job every now and then, but it's not a continuous thing. You know, some things that you may look for in a spouse, that may be one thing. And if he doesn't do that, then you feel like, oh, am I settling? That's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that you may need to learn to love people through. Is my husband as romantic as somebody else's? No. But does my husband meet the basis of what I will stand for? Absolutely. Like, he is my best friend, he is my provider, and he is my protector. You know what I'm saying? For that, you are the prize. My mom used to always tell me things like, for one, I teach this to my daughter and myself, is you don't want what doesn't want you. So if a man or a boy has made it clear that you were not the choice and you are not the first choice, and treat you kind of like whatever, like I can get you when I want you, or, you know, maybe they show interest at the beginning and then they kind of fall off the face of the earth and they try to come back or whatever. You don't want what don't want you. And I don't care what they try to say to come back and make it seem like, oh no, I was just busy, or, you know, maybe you're texting somebody and they're playing it short. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't want what doesn't want you, because you want what is willing to do the work, for one, and willing to make the substantial changes to make the relationship work. Not just come back to you because they're bored, or not just come back to you because the last person they were talking to isn't available. No, you don't want what doesn't want you. Period. That is a non-negotiable. Don't do it to yourself. The thing that my mom used to always tell me, she used to always tell me, what you put up with in the beginning is what you're going to put up with in the end. So set your boundaries. And when I say don't settle, you have to make it very clear, what do you want out of the relationship? And this does not have to be noted or be laid out for the person, but you have to make mental notes to yourself, like, is this person feeding your soul? Is this person giving the things that you want out of the relationship? Not just one-sided, because it can't just be you're giving everything that he wants, providing everything that he wants, but it's just like on your end, you're feeling empty. Make your notes and just be aware, like, are you being fed in the relationship as well? And going back to like what a person would do at the beginning is what they'll do at the end. But flowing also into that is a man will do what you allow them to do. Okay? People mistreat you. Don't let people play with you. Don't let manipulation get all in your head and have you all discombobulated. Make sure people are loving you right, okay? Because you deserve it. Like I said, find your ground, find your median. Remember that you are the prize, okay? I know people always be like, well, you're always gonna find somebody prettier, you're always gonna find someone better, you're always gonna find this. That's not the mindset to have. You are the prize, okay? Now, obviously, there are pretty people in the world, there are handsome people in the world, but you are the prize. And that should not be at the forefront ever of any decision that you make, any way of thinking. You are the prize, and that's it. That's all that matters, okay? People that make your soul happy and, you know, do the work on both ends, because relationships are not just one-sided either. Like, you can't have an expectation for a man to do all the work and you don't have to change anything about yourself. Like, not change anything as far as like, okay, if he says he wants a girl with a bigger butt, so you go get a bigger butt. That's not what I'm talking about. Or if you want a bigger butt, it's because you want a bigger butt, not because you feel forced by your spouse to go do these kind of things. I'm saying the work to be a better person and the work to have a healthy relationship, because you can't have all these demands on a on your spouse to be better and change, but you get to be the same and be a brat and be selfish and be all these things. That's not how it works. You have to put in the work as well. So I know I said don't settle, but that goes for men too. You know, you deserve to be treated well. You deserve to be catered to. You deserve to be thought about. So it can go both ways. My little quick girl chat on this Friday is that you don't need to settle, and you deserve whatever your heart desires, okay? And don't feel pressure. That's another big thing. Do not feel pressure to settle down, because settling down can lead to you living not a happy life. You know what I mean? And you want to be happy. You want to be happy to the person you come home to. You want to be happy with, you know, the life that you live, because it's your life. You have to deal with your life. You have to deal with the people in it. It's like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what everybody's talking about, because you're the one that has to live it. You know what I mean? So don't settle just because maybe your friends are getting married or getting into relationships and, you know, having kids and all these different things. It's not your job to settle. It's your job to be happy and find your peace, okay? So that's it for our little Let's Talk About a Girl chat on this Friday night. That was one you know, question I got was, how do I feel about settling? But there will be more of these to come. I just wanted to get on here and do it, you know, just a quick little let's talk about it really fast about settling. So what are your thoughts on settling? What do you consider settling? How have you avoided settling? And things in that nature. So yeah, you guys, so I will see you in the next Girl Talk next Friday.